So it's time for our Deck Tech segment. We're here with Boros, a constant in the metagame. Never really the top deck, I don't think, but always there, tier 1, always ready to tussle with all the good decks in the format. The best part of this deck are its 1-drops, Goblin Guide and Step Links, most notably Step Links. This guy's usually attacking for 4 to 8 damage in any given game. He's just so explosive. Your opponent needs to represent removal for him immediately, or hope you don't have fetch lands, and your deck just has a ton of fetch lands, as you see here. Deck features a package of Stoneforge Mystic, Adventuring Gears, Sword and Body and Mind, and Bone Horde. It does not have Sword and Feast and Famine main deck because the Sword of Feast and Famine is not as effective in this type of deck. We're not looking to untap our lands and play more things second main phase, although that is nice to move our equipment and stuff. Usually you just want to get in there, make some more aggressive, make some more tokens, and have the secondary win condition of milling, although it usually is not what you want to do. It happens to work sometimes if they have life gain. Sometimes it can be a detriment if they have Bloodghast or some such thing, but for the most part, it's better than Feast and Famine in the main deck for Boros. Plated GOP is another landfall creature, just gets insane with all these fetch lands. Squadron Hawk is there to carry your equipment in for victory. Also works very, very well with Hero of Oxridge. Battlecry is like an anthem effect, so that's another thing that Squadron Hawk loves. He likes to have global pump going in. Bone Horde is there for those games that drag out a little bit. This guy just gets, I've seen huge guys in this tournament, 11-11s, 17-17s, 18-18s, just insane how big creatures can get under Bone Horde. The fact that you could put it into play and not let it get countered with Stoneforge Mystic is just insane, so it's really nice. The deck only features 5 of each basic land. You can run out of basic land, so you need to keep an eye on that. The deck features 2 Journey to Nowheres. They're essentially there to stop Titans from getting in the way of you finishing the game. So you don't want to be using them against early creatures if you don't have to, but certainly not a bad thing. The deck also features 4 Lightning Bolts. You're usually not looking to burn your opponent out. These are usually for their utility creatures and all, or creatures that are going to block your creatures. But you can burn them out if you get the right draw. So the main deck's pretty good. It features a full 4 on-color fetch lands and 8 off-color fetch lands. These fetch lands only fetch 1 color that is relevant to you, but the fact that they're fetch lands and they pump these guys +4/+4, and your guys with the Venturing Gear +4/+4 is just insane. So you want that. Teetering Peaks is kind of like a faux fetch land, giving 4 toughness to 1 creature usually, one landfall creature. And Evolving Wilds is there, as well as another fetch land. It's just not as good as the other ones, but sometimes you need it for the mana fixing. Sideboard, we have Arc Trails against other creature matchups, just vampires and the like, or the mirror match. So it's always nice to have. Arc Trail is really good against Boros main deck, really good against Boros. So that's nice. The Spark Mage Collar package, it's there against the creature decks, that like Vengevine decks and such. There's also some random situations you bring it in. I have one happen in this tournament today. Divine Offerings are there against the artifact decks, not necessarily against Kago, because they only play 2 to 3 artifacts in their main deck, and only 2 or 3 sideboard against you. But you can bring them in depending on their version. Another Hero of Oxridge, because this guy is so insane against some matchups. Core Firewalkers, nice in the mirror, insane against mono red. There's not much bad about this guy. Mark of Mutiny is the 3rd and 4th Journey to Nowhere. It happens to be better Journey to Nowhere in a lot of situations, and worse in some situations. The reason why it's not main board is because some deck it's just not very good against. But against decks with Inferno Titan, Mark of Mutiny forces them to play something with their Inferno Titan to guarantee they don't lose. If they play an Inferno Titan straight out, Mark of Mutiny is worth 10 plus damage that turn, depending on what blockers they have in the situation. But for the most part, it's just insane on Inferno Titan. It's fine on Primeval Titan, especially if you have landfall creatures in play. You steal a 7/7 Trampler, and you +4/+4 your team. Pretty insane. Or even better if you get a Teetering Peaks, you can get even more damage in. And Sword of Feast and Famine's there for when protection from black matters. So this deck's pretty fun. I've been playing it today and yesterday. I had a lot of bad luck yesterday, but I'm doing a lot better today. So it's definitely less consistent than Cobblade in my opinion, but it's still fun. I don't like to mulligan with this deck. I mean, you certainly have to mulligan when you have to mulligan. But when you mulligan, you lose a lot of your key pieces. You can build up advantage, like you have cards that give you advantage, Squadron Hawk and Stoneforge Mystic. But the deck runs, even its lands are very important, so having one less land is just kind of annoying when you need to pump your plated GOPs or step links. So I'll talk to y'all later.